When you're in the panic stage, you do everything to get rid of the fat.
I don't think it's a good sign either, to be honest with you.
Are you sure you're not panic? A little bit?
No, I'll probably panic. I'll probably panic the day after. Chris Aceto said you guys are in panic mode. What's your thoughts on that? Well, we're panicking like crazy. I'm panicking. I don't even know why I'm panicking. Panic mode. Okay, what does that mean? Panic mode. Does that mean, how do we panic? What do you do when you panic? Oh, is it because of the way I train? Could it be that what he's done the whole time didn't work? There's a few trainers that work with him. I mean, whatever they did, it didn't work. So maybe sometimes if you want to see something new, you got to do something new.
Who's in panic mode? Rami or is Chad in panic mode?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Giant setting, super setting, low carbing, and you have 2 weeks to go. That means you're trying to get off stuff that's not coming off.
Yeah, I've seen people talk about the workout. Yeah, I like to do drop sets the last set of an exercise. What the fuck is wrong with a drop set, y'all? Especially when it's heavy. Too many people I don't know. If that's called panicking, then listen, then he needs to be panicking all year and train, because the last thing he needs to worry about is size, as you guys know. He don't need to worry about size. So he doesn't have to do fucking 500 pounds incline benches and 800 pounds of squats right now. He doesn't have to worry about size.
He came in and competed with me, John, and Juan Morel, and a few other top guys. He got ready with Dennis James. And I think had Rami stayed with that same shape, he didn't have to worry about size. I think when he competed in 2013 in that condition, he brings that condition right now. I think he's definitely going to be one of those key players for the top spot.
So you all know what he needs to worry about. You all know what he needs to bring. And I'm sure Chris Aceto and Dave Palumbo both, they know too. So if they call it panic mode, let them call it what they want. Walking the dog, making the game plan, and being
winter is coming.
Winter is coming, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And being relaxed and calm. So no panic here. I could care less, to be honest, what other people think. You know, I could care less. We're panicking. I'm panicked. I can't even sleep. I have sleepless nights. Can't do nothing. That's my take on that.
Is this finally the year? Is this finally the year that Big Rami drops Magnum on us?
I don't think it's going to be Magnum, but I think it's going to be a better version. I think the only way that Rami shows up in the vision that we all see is if someone lives with him. If he's got to live with Dennis James, not for 2 weeks, but for 20 weeks. And if he did that, then we would see Ronnie Coleman style of Rami. But I think on his own, left to his own devices, I think he cheats. I think he doesn't get out of bed and do cardio. I think he doesn't do the things it takes to be a champion. His genetics are unbelievable. He's gotten by this far on genetics. And I don't think he does what it takes to be there. And now that he's with Dennis, I think he'll tighten up and Dennis will keep a good eye on him. But I think he needs full-time nanny for him to really be able to do this. So no, I love Rami. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met. But do I trust him to prepare himself? No. I think he needs someone there for him. I wish him the best, but I don't think this year is going to be it, unless he decides to move in with Dennis James for all next year. Then he could win.
Well, let's put it this way. Yeah, I know Dennis very, very well and his work ethics. I know his wife, angel on this earth that will prepare all the food. And as Jose said somebody need to babysit Rami. Well, he has the best babysitters right now. And Dennis is going to make sure, because he also knows this is like fifth year in a row that we're all waiting. It's not going to happen. That is going to happen. And I really think that Rami is going to bring his all-time best. Of course, Chad Nichols is not going to allow, again, another miss. And when we look at this miss in Arnold Classic, at the finals, I mean, there was an argument that he could have possibly taken both William and Dexter. That sheer size that he has is just... how did Dorian beat everybody? How did Dorian beat phenomenal physiques of Flex Wheeler, Kevin Lebroni, and guys like this? I mean, we all appreciate those guys, but Dorian came with a more size, more width, crazy condition, and he beat him. And a lot of people are going to argue, well, apples and oranges. Me liking Flex physiques and Kevin physique, I still don't have a really argument if Dorian won and judges said like, okay, this is the look we want. I would agree. He overpowered him. So and then Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, the same thing. They were just the biggest guys on stage. There is nobody bigger than Rami. So if Rami brings conditioning, which this year I really hope he does, he's going to be a contestant. I see him battling with the Phil Heath for first and second. Myself at RX Muscle wrap-up after one of the Olympias, I talked to Dave, and we both said, like, he can lose 20 pounds. Which guy can sacrifice 20 pounds and still be the biggest? So in also this interview I had with Dave, and he asked me how I would prepare Rami. I would deplete him into the show. Anytime you're depleted, you see all those pictures of the guys into the show, training day in, day out, depleted on very low carbs, and they look striated and full and everything else. So this is probably an area where he needs to go and just be as dry as can be, striated. Size is going to carry him.
Dave, how would you go about in this last 10 days bringing Big Rami into the show?
If the insulin guy says to deplete him into the show, that Milos would love to carve this guy up to the hilt. Obviously, that doesn't work for Rami, and Milos, being the smart guy he is, I have to completely agree with him. When we get these pictures of Rami at 2 weeks out and he looks really good and you see striated glutes, why change anything? He's still going to be the biggest guy on stage, right? So I agree with Milos. I think that maybe don't do anything. Maybe deplete him right into the show. Maybe the day of the show, give him a little bit of carbs in the morning just to give him some energy on stage. And that might be enough. I think that, the old fill him up and suck him dry doesn't work with Rami. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, they call that insanity, right?